Hello YouTube, this is the Magnum924 here, and contrary to me being a really big Nintendo fan, I've never really been that much of a fan of the Legend of Zelda games. And that might be because the only games I've really played are the first Legend of Zelda game, Legend of Zelda 2, Adventures of Link, and the Minish Cap. And after playing those games, and also after watching other people play through and review Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Skyward Sword, other games like that, the three games I've played are probably the three worst games I probably could have played to start off the series with. Mostly because, they're just kind of, if you don't like the genre, then you're definitely not going to like those three games in particular. Like, Ocarina of Time I probably could have liked more, but now that I've played those games first, I don't really have an interest in playing Ocarina of Time, because it's just kind of, I don't know, I kind of got a bad vibe of those games. So, I'm probably not even going to get the Ocarina of Time 3DS game that's out right now. And I do kind of want to get into the series, but I just don't really want to get any of the games that are out right now. Mostly because they just don't really interest me that much. And what I want from the next Zelda game is for it to have elements in it that make me want to get the next game. And here are 5 things that I want to be in the next game. Not all 5 of them necessarily have to be in the next game to make me want to get it, but I just kind of would like to see Nintendo put these things in the next game. Not just for me, but for a lot of people. Now, the first one is either get rid of or tone down the annoyance of the Navi-esque character. Now, this could either be Navi, or especially in the Minish Cap. Oh man, the Minish Cap. The Navi-esque character is that weird green blob thing that fits in your hat. That is the most annoying thing I've ever met. It nags at you all the time. It's just annoying. All it says is so obvious. I might even say it's more annoying than Navi from what I've heard. Yes, Navi says, "Hey, listen," all the time, but that's not nearly as annoying as him just popping up saying stuff that you already know. And then the first time you meet him, he's right in the middle of two enemies getting shot at. And he's like, help me, what are you doing? Just standing there, come and help me. He doesn't even give me a chance to move. The cutscene's still going. And he's nagging at me to come on. Then when I finally kill the 2 opponents, he's not even grateful. He's saying, I could have fended myself off myself. And then he says, hey, I should go on your journey with you. I was like, please don't come, but he comes anyway. So I try to leave, and he doesn't even follow. I try to leave, and then he says, hey, wait up for me. He comes. I try to leave some more. He says, hey, why are you going so fast? And then he says, wait up. And then he gets so annoyed that he just jumps into my hat. So, yeah, try either get rid of or just tone down the annoyance of the Navi character. I think they did it well with the Navi-esque character in Skyward Sword. At least that's what I've heard. I haven't actually played that game, so I wouldn't really know. But from what I've heard, that's definitely a step in the right direction. Number 4 is probably the biggest thing on this list. Make at least a couple of levels with you able to play as Zelda. It's called The Legend of Zelda. So in any game I can think of, except kind of Spirit Tracks, that's not really Zelda. That's Zelda taking control of this suit of armor thing that you can fight with for a little bit of a level, I think. That doesn't really count because it's not actually Zelda using her magic and stuff. Have a couple of levels you being able to play as Zelda. It may only make sense considering it is called Legend of Zelda. I just don't know why they haven't really done that yet. I mean, she could send out magic fireballs, use magic in other ways, teleport around. I think it would be a pretty cool concept, personally. I don't know why they haven't done it, like I said. And I really just don't get it. I mean, why wouldn't they call it Legend of Link if Zelda is only the character that you're trying to rescue? They don't call the Mario games Peach, or I guess Toadstool as it used to be called. They don't call it after the princess, they call it after the main character. That's just something that always confused me. I mean, it's not something that keeps me away from the game. That's other elements of the game that just kind of bore me, uninterest me, but that's one thing that I think if they change that, it'll definitely make me want to play the game more. Number 3, make the side quests less, I guess say pointless, but make them have a greater reward. Like, some of the side quests, they're just kind of, they don't really have that great reward. Like 50 rupees, or maybe even 100 rupees. That's just kind of pushing it for the stuff they try to get you to do. Like, either give me some items, or give me a pretty good amount of rupees to pay off what I've done for you. Like, I know in Ocarina of Time, there's a whole bunch of stuff you can do, and you just don't get that much reward for it. Yeah, so either not make as many side quests, or make them rewarding. Now, if you like side quests and just do them for fun and don't care about reward, that's good for you. But for me, I don't really like doing extra stuff that's not required for the game, unless it's like post-game stuff that you can, like boss rush or challenge mode. I like that kind of stuff, but not like just tasks that you'd have to do for people. Those just kind of bore me. That's probably the main thing that bothers me about The Legend of Zelda, all the side quests and other stuff that doesn't really drive the story any. I don't know. So the 4th one is, I kind of liked the level up system of Zelda 2. Now, I know that's not really what Zelda is about. It's more about adventure and stuff. But I kind of like the fact that you can level up, well, maybe not even level up Link, but just level up weapons and other items and stuff. Like, be able to level up your bombs to make them explode more, arrows to make them go further, level up your sword to make it do more damage. I know you can buy multiple swords and stuff, but I think, like I said, I haven't really played that many Legend of Zelda games, so I might not even be the best person to be talking about this topic. But yeah, after playing Zelda 2, I mean, I know that's probably my least favorite of the 3 games that I've played so far. But I did kind of enjoy the level up system. That might just be me. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like it because it's not really what Zelda does. But I like it. If it's not in there, that's probably the thing if it's not in there, I wouldn't really care the most. But yeah, it'd be nice to have that in there. Now, the thing that I really want in there, probably maybe even more than being able to play as Zelda, if they have Ganondorf in the next game, which is probably likely, have Ganondorf, the fight against Ganondorf, or at least his second form, be like it was supposed to be in Ocarina of Time. In Ocarina of Time, originally, it was supposed to be this huge boss that you're supposed to, like, climb up him and attack weak spots on him as you go up, and he shakes you off, and then you just continue to fight him until you beat him. Like, it's basically a full level, pretty much. You go up and just beat him along the way. Kind of like Shadow of the Colossus, or even Kratos from, Kronos from God of War. Like, I think that is an amazing concept for a boss battle, and if Ganondorf was like that, that'd be, like, the perfect boss battle for a game like this. Like, you could climb up his legs, beat a pressure point or something on his one leg, and claw shot over to the other leg, beat that, and then he knocked you off, and then you climb up higher, all while avoiding his hits, and maybe even sending out enemies to try and knock you off. That just sounds like an epic fight. I know they couldn't put it in Ocarina of Time because of the N64's limitations. It just wasn't really, it couldn't support it, plus it couldn't fit it all on one screen, and that was a big issue too. But the Wii U, they could definitely do that. Or even if they put it on the 3DS, they might be able to do that. I don't know. But yeah, that would definitely be probably the thing that if they had it in there, I would maybe even buy it just for that fight, personally. I know Shadow of the Colossus and, like I said, God of War have that too, but I'm not really interested in those games either. Especially God of War. But if Legend of Zelda had that boss in it, I would definitely look into getting that game. So the two things I want the most is to be able to play as Zelda for at least a couple of levels, and maybe even play as Sheik or whatever if they give her another form like they have in the past, I think. And also the Ganondorf fight, like I said. So yeah, put in comments any other things you think they should put in the next Zelda game to make it more interesting. Maybe have, like, I don't know, better plot, better items. That's another thing I was thinking of putting on this list. Maybe putting in a couple new items here and there. But yeah, leave your ideas in the comments. Rate, comment, subscribe. Bye.